This is a podcast, not a news broadcast. We will report situations that are currently out and available for public access. No one on this platform is claiming to be a journalist. We are a group of individuals giving our opinion. Enjoy the show.
Like I'm about to sneeze.
You gonna let it out?
No, it's not there yet. I can't force it.
So you gonna do it mid conversation, probably?
Maybe.
Mm.
Whenever it comes.
Man.
Can you hear me?
One more time?
Can you hear me?
2 more times.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, hey. I can't get this fucking shit out my head.
What shit?
The stupid shit I watched. The Milli Vanilli shit. I keep singing "Girl You Know It's True" in my head over and over and over. I know I'm late to it. It's been out for a while, but that documentary was dog shit. You don't even know Milli Vanilli.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
That's crazy. I don't get how you don't. You was born 80s too, so how don't you never heard of Milli Vanilli?
I'm 29. The math isn't mathing.
Okay.
Well, it's not born in the 80s.
We're still keeping that lie.
29.
All right.
Hypothetically, if I was born in the 80s, it would have been towards the end of the 80s. Like,
no,
I wouldn't be considered that.
Okay.
Yeah, but that was hypothetically.
All right.
Not actually. All right, moving on.
Yeah.
Homesick Podcast. This is Homesick Podcast.
Yes, it is. I don't know why that tickles you so much.
Because I try to race to make sure I say it the same time you do.
All right. Let's get into this intro. Welcome to Homesick Podcast. I'm Miss.
And I'm Liz.
I want to thank everyone for listening to this little podcast of ours.
Never living that down.
Nah, that's just become part of my intro now.
I've noticed.
that's the intro now forever. There's always a little piece of Yanni floating around in there right now.
Yeah. Shout out to Yanni.
How you doing? I want to talk about Sinners.
Oh my gosh. What a great movie.
Great fucking movie. For those who are fucking
under a rock.
Yeah, that don't make any sense how anybody who wouldn't know about this shit. This shit has been posted everywhere.
It's so freaky.
Yeah, so Sinners takes place in the 1930s, and it tells a story about twins Smoke and Stack, played by Michael B. Jordan.
Amazing.
They return to their hometown in Mississippi to open a juke joint, only to be confronted by a pack of vampires led by Remick. And Remick is he's his own thing. I don't believe he's a villain. I think he's coming from a different place. I think he's doing shit, but it's only compelled to his nature.
Yeah.
He can't help it. So I don't technically think he's bad. I think the negative is when they touch on with the Klansmen.
Yeah, for sure.
I think those were the true enemies, because in a sense it seems like Remick was trying to help people. Well, give them
he was trying to
a solution to their problem that they may be facing, which they ended up facing after the end of everything in the movie. Well, when Smoke had to do him out, and he passed himself.
I think he was trying to rebuild his community.
His family.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
He was alone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he was being hunted down.
Right.
By the Indians, which I believe were their own group. They were hunting down those sets of vampires, and he's the only one that survived. And then he went and tried to... Well, he did turn those two people that ended up being relatives to the guy that sold the juke joint to Smoke and Stack.
So crazy.
Yeah.
You're giving a lot away. I hope everyone's watched it.
Hey, it's too late.
Yes, it was very good. The acting was amazing. You couldn't even tell, it looked convincing. Obviously, Michael B. Jordan doesn't really have a twin.
Right.
And it was absolutely amazing.
Mm-hmm. Good movie. The film also explores the power of music as a form of expression and resistance, as seen through Sammy's talent. Now, Sammy is cousins to Smoke and Stack. They're related by their fathers as brothers, and it comes to find out if you watch the movie long enough, they killed their own father due to the fact he was an abusive guy. They say Smoke was the one that actually killed him.
Yeah.
And the cousin Sammy, his father's a pastor. So she's also known as Sammy Preacher Boy.
Yeah.
So he's a God-fearing man, like everybody in that movie. But there's something special about him, in a sense. So why Remick? Because basically where you get the storyline is Remick is after Sammy.
Mm-hmm.
And Remick believes Sammy's voice can bridge the gap between life and death, allowing him to connect with his deceased loved ones and potentially reclaim a piece of his former life. So to touch on what you were saying, he was trying to regain something that he lost. And Sammy was the way to that.
Yeah.
And with Sammy's music, it was presented as something powerful, in a sense. Like it was almost like a mystical force, in a sense. Like it was something special about it, because you seen how he tried to show when he was performing, how the music started bringing back different time frames, different, and even the future, stuff like that. You just keep seeing everything was going through a different time frame. But I think that's what attracted Remick. And with Remick coming there, he even tried to basically show them, like, he was trying to give them a way out of their problem. Like, join me, live forever.
I mean, they were partying in the parking lot.
Oh, it was jumping out there. That's mostly where the best parties happen, is in the parking lot.
Yeah, I thought it was cool that they had to be asked in. Like, they couldn't just come in.
And even with that, that's a form of message that everyone controls their destiny, in a sense. Like,
you bring it into your life.
Yeah, exactly. You bring the nonsense. So every time you're out there complaining, saying how this, that's technically your doing. However your life is now is your doing. You can't blame anybody else. And what was selfish, I guess they say, of the one Asian character, because her man was turned.
Right.
She was the reason why they got invited in and caused the whole havoc. A lot of people have mixed feelings about her. Like, it was fucked up what she did. But she was hurt. A man turned. She knew there was no coming back. Truthfully, they should have just sent her ass out there, let her join her man, and they'd all be all together.
She was going to, and they talked her out of it.
Yeah, it was being a friend.
Yeah.
But she didn't give a fuck. She wanted her man back.
I know, but her daughter.
And yeah, they left their daughter. I forgot about the little girl. Yeah, the little girl running the store.
And I am, just to say this, if you didn't see it and aren't sure, my attention span is horrible. And I'm on my phone if it's boring.
It's the most frustrating.
And I didn't even think about my phone the entire movie. Like, from the start, I was like, this is really
Ryan
good.
Coogler, you did a great job on this movie. Caught her attention.
I did.
But overall, great movie. Storyline is awesome. If you haven't seen it, go see it. I plan on seeing it again, not in theaters. Whenever that's released, I'm going to own that. Yeah. I'm going to watch that over and over and over. Because I'm pretty sure if I watch it again right now, I could find something else that shows something. Right. And they also touch on the hoodoo voodoo thing.
Yeah, what is hoodoo?
So what I was researching, because I wasn't too familiar with hoodoo. So hoodoo stems from Africa, which voodoo, which everyone knows, comes from Haiti and is practiced a lot in New Orleans. So they look at voodoo as more of a religion, and hoodoo is more like a way of life. It's like being born with that gift of hoodoo.
Oh.
So in the movie, the one woman, I believe her name was Annie.
Oh yeah.
She was a hoodoo priestess. So she had what they would say is the gift.
Yeah.
So that was her role in there. But yeah, hoodoo. But it's just with hoodoo, voodoo, anything from what I realized, it could be used in good or bad situations.
Yeah, I would believe she was like that in real life. Like, her vibes in that movie were amazing.
Well, she played a good
did.
role. She definitely did. She made it believable. I was convinced.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. All right, Sinners, go see it. Great movie. We loved it. Something else I want to touch on. Oh, remember how last Mother's Day got you those tickets to go see
Morgan
Wallen? Yes. I was trying to do it again. The reason why I'm telling you is because it's not going to happen.
Who was I going to see this time?
Beyonce's tour started already, and it started in LA. So for shits and giggles, Queen Bee. So for shits and giggles, I went and tried to look into it. Yeah. She's going to be in East Rutherford from May 22nd to the 29th. I was checking the ticket prices.
Every day she's performing?
From the 22nd to the 29th, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, in East Rutherford. That's what showed when I looked it up. It could be wrong, but that's what I looked up Ticketmaster, and that's what they were showing.
Okay.
They said the tickets start from $149, so I'm pretty sure you'll be
nosebleeds way up at the top.
Yeah, and then to $7,000.
Wow.
7 bands might get you 10th row, and you could get a good look at her in the big screen.
Wow.
7 bands for 1 ticket, pretty much.
That's absolutely absurd.
It's ridiculous.
Why do artists make the tickets so expensive?
And it wasn't always a thing.
No.
So I don't know where this whole term came from that, to come to my concert and experience this experience, like it's going to be life-changing. You need to spend all this damn money.
But wouldn't you want all of your fans to be able to experience that at least once in their lifetime? Like, why not make it more affordable for everyone? Like, I don't understand. I don't know. That. But I'm pretty sure Chris Brown did his a little cheaper than he normally, well, I guess normal ticket prices is what I heard.
But now if you listen to any fan, they might say you talking shit. Because if you a fan, you gonna pay whatever price it is.
Yeah, but that's not realistic for everyone, especially in today's world. Everything is so expensive. Like, I would love to, if I had it, I would pay it, absolutely. Just to say I seen Beyonce, but realistically, I'm not going to miss my mortgage to go see Beyonce. You know what I mean? Like, that's just out of control.
It is out of control. I find it crazy and ridiculous, but
yeah.
Everybody has their priorities, and to some, that's a priority.
Right.
You know what I mean? Me, myself, I don't think there's anybody on this earth that I would go out my way now to say, like, I'm going to spend 7 bands or even $2,000 to go sit at a concert for maybe, 2-3 hours?
Right.
And then leave that with my life changed? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, what am I getting? You know, that's it. And I could watch that shit I could watch a music video.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know.
It was like that with Taylor Swift, too. I wanted to see her. The tickets were way too expensive. So I was seeing it in the movie theater.
Right.
It was still just as good. I felt like I was there.
Yeah, so.
I made it work.
So all you guys that could afford that, God bless you.
Have fun. Take videos. Post it on Snapchat and TikTok so I can watch them.
Right.
I'll live vicariously through you guys.
Same. All right. Moving forward, I don't have a question this week, and I know last week you took initiative and had the question. So I figured, you know what, let's just keep it going.
Yes, and I did.
Okay.
All right, so if you can have dinner with any 3 people, dead or alive, who would they be? I know, this one's tough. I can go first while you think, since
Do your thing.
All right, so I broke it up into family and celebrity because I'm not sure. Obviously, I would like to meet with the relatives that have since passed, but there are celebrities I want to pick their brain.
Okay.
So for family, I want to meet, I want to see my dad's mom and dad. So my grandma and grandpa from my dad's side, and my Aunt Sue, who passed a couple years ago.
Okay.
So yes, because I miss them all dearly, and of course I want to see them again. And then celebrity-wise, Elon Musk, because why not pick his brain? Jennifer Lopez, because I absolutely love her.
Okay.
And Joe Rogan. Yeah, I want to pick his brain on podcast.
It's not a bad choice. So you doing living and dead, but celebrity.
Yeah. Too? Well, everyone living, I can call them and have dinner. You know, like.
Okay. So for me, it would be my great grandmother, Granny. My grandmother, my mom's mother, and my mother's birth father.
Okay.
I got a ton of questions for all of them.
Yeah.
And I too miss those people dearly. Celebrity.
You know, it took me a minute. I had Mariah Carey on there, and then I was like, oh God, I don't know, because you know they say don't meet the people you like. I just feel like she'd be like, get out of my face.
If we go like my favorites celebrities, we got Fab, Jay-Z, and Denzel Washington.
Wow, that was so random. You were going on a pattern and then just...
because I fucked with Fab my whole...
I know.
Like my fandom of Fabulous started in high school. I think that's when he dropped, my freshman year of high school. And Jay-Z, the GOAT, I always fucked with Jay-Z. I don't think Jay-Z's... Jay-Z ain't make nothing I ain't never liked. And I respect Denzel Washington and how he carry himself. So yeah, I would like to have... Jay-Z, I like the whole being an entrepreneur and just being a businessman in general. And Fab was just straight up cool, real dude. I would love to have a conversation with him as well. So yeah, that's my That's my guess.
Those
are my guess.
Yeah, they're good ones.
Yeah.
I like it.
All right. Yeah, that wasn't bad.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like a competition where I was trying to say I was talking to better people than you, but I'm just saying. I think my group beat your group.
Maybe.
But yeah. All
right.
Anything else you got?
No, not for that one.
Okay.
Although I would like to probably sit with Trump.
Yeah?
See what his plans are for the country.
Jesus. Can you imagine that conversation?
Yeah. Wow. I know.
That'd be definitely entertaining.
I know, I would love it.
All right. Moving on to Talk of the Town.
All right.
Talk of the Town.
In Ocala, Florida, 35-year-old nurse Alexis Von Yates faces charges of sexual battery involving her partner's 15-year-old son. So Yates, who lost her medical license, allegedly seduced the teen during his summer visit. Then they engaged in inappropriate behavior spanning weeks. On July 26, 2024, after putting her children to bed, Yates joined the teen on the couch where they used a THC vape and watched movies. Court documents state she made explicit comments expressing sexual frustration before the encounter escalated to oral sex and intercourse. The boy's father, who's a lineman, returned home unexpectedly, discovering them naked. The teen fled, and his father, who was distraught, drove him to his grandparents' house. Yates reportedly flirted with the teen persistently, making suggestive remarks at a gym and during other interactions. She even contacted him post-incident, expressing regret that they were interrupted. A family member anonymously reported the allegations, leading to Yates' November arrest. The Florida Department of Health revoked her license, citing her lack of judgment and moral character. She was charged with felony lewd and lascivious battery. Yates denies the accusations and awaits trial. I was laughing because I could see you're ready to go.
I'm just basically like...
Not for what I just read.
So, hold on. She started dating the pops and was like, seeing the son and was like, that's who I want. And basically, she pursued him. That's what it sounds like. And then even after the fact of getting caught, she was like,
reached
damn,
out to him.
Redo. We got to do a redo.
Why did we get caught? Like, what?
She's like, listen, we can't just stop there. Like, you know what I mean? We got to finish what we started. It's fucked up.
Yes. But this is
but why is that like the narrative now? Like, younger women is going crazy. I mean, older women are going for younger dudes.
Yeah, minors. Not just younger dudes. Minors. But I always thought this category when porn was disgusting. She's making it her reality. Yes.
That's some
doing their stepchildren.
That's a fetish for a lot of motherfuckers.
It's so disgusting, and this lady made it the reality for her. Oh, it's gross. All right. Moving on to a whole other craziness. All right. So a Georgia man was indicted for murder after allegedly failing to tell his wife that he was HIV positive, leading to her death. His name's Cleveland Brody. He's 62. He was charged by the Rockdale County Grand Jury with malice and felony murder in connection to the 2022 death of his wife, Denise Brody. Denise was a 2-time breast cancer survivor. She died just 2 days after being diagnosed with AIDS. Prosecutors allege that her illness was a result of Cleveland's reckless conduct, stating he had known about his HIV status and had been on medication since 2006. Cleveland pleaded not guilty to prior reckless conduct charges but has entered a plea for the murder counts. The couple married in 2014, with Denise undergoing cancer treatments until 2021. Despite remission, she remained ill. In early 2022, she was diagnosed with AIDS and died on April 2nd of that year. Her death certificate lists pneumonia and respiratory failure due to AIDS as the cause. So family members, including Denise's daughter, Karen Young, pushed for a deeper investigation. Private investigators later uncovered more evidence and testimonies from other women, leading to Cleveland's arrest in July 2023 and again in April of 2024. Her daughter stated that her mother's illness could have been treated had she been informed. Quote, at any time he could have told her.
Fucking scumbag.
I know. And on top of that, you beat cancer 2 times, breast cancer twice.
For your
husband. And then your husband is the reason.
Just out here giving you AIDS like it was nothing, HIV like it was nothing to do. Like,
why not tell her? It's your wife.
I don't get why he didn't tell her. What he didn't want her to live on after me kind of shit. Like, if I go, you go with me kind of shit.
That's
very
some selfish
shit. Yeah, you're right.
And he should serve the rest of his life in jail.
Yeah, that's definitely a murder charge.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna die in jail or maybe before. Fucking piece of shit.
I agree.
Damn.
Yeah.
The woman overcame cancer twice, and then your decision was like, nah, I got something for that ass. Yo, you's a fucking, he gonna pay for that shit.
I agree.
On this
on
this platform, on this level, Earth, or in the other side. He's definitely gonna pay for that shit.
I hope he does them both.
I'm on fucking guys.
Yeah, so rest in peace to her.
Rest in peace. Real condolences to the family. All right, that's your talk of the time?
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting. All right, moving on to entertainment news. Gotta talk about it. Everybody else is talking about it. This is what's in the news. Shannon Sharp.
I know, it's everywhere.
This motherfucker. So Shannon Sharp is explaining why he was willing to give his accuser $10 million to not move forward with his lawsuit, saying it was a drastic attempt to keep the intimate details private, not because he did anything wrong. I'm gonna start listing the things that I do see wrong with this motherfucker.
Apparently, it's because he didn't want his bedroom fetish to come out.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll dive into that. Sharp claims it was a consensual sexual relationship, and while it was rough in nature, he never forced himself on her. The young woman name is Gabby. She's said to be an OnlyFans model. Gabby met Sharp at a gym in Los Angeles when she was 19 years old in 2023. Sharp was 56 at the time. Her lawsuit stems from Sharp failing to stop doing one of their sexual actions despite her saying no. And during a later incident, she repeatedly told Sharp she did not want to have sex with him without a condom. He became aggressive and made it clear he would not wear a condom and he was going to have his way with her regardless.
What in the world?
Yeah, Big Daddy Sharp. Gabby is being represented by Tony Busby. Piece of shit. Which Sharp announces in his video post when he refers to the lawsuit as a witch hunt and that Busby went after Jay-Z and all accusations were false and his is no different. I like a motherfucker trying to make it seem like it's the same thing. It's not.
Yeah.
Sources close to Sharp claim that the ex-NFL star and alleged accuser engaged in kinky sexual activities about 100 times, both in Los Angeles and Nevada, from late 2022 to January 2025. They insisted that while the encounters featured choking and role-playing, none of it was forcible sex. In fact, they added it was his accuser who requested most of the physical acts. Claims her text messages show she liked to be tied up and wear dog collars. One message that was released, quote, "I want you to tie me up like this and abuse me, daddy." Sharp's team says that his current accuser is following his previous accuser, Miss Evans' footsteps in trying to exploit him. Michelle Bundy Evans dated Shannon Sharp for nearly a decade. She filed a lawsuit in 2023 for defamation of character after previously accusing him of sexual assault in 2010. The lawsuit claimed he assaulted her after they got into an argument about his alleged infidelity. The suit further states Sharp forcibly subdued her to her knees, engaging in a non-consensual oral sexual act. Sharp don't seem like a good guy.
No.
With all alleged accusations, Sharp has stepped away from ESPN, which he states is temporarily due to him handling false and disruptive allegations set against him.
His horniness gets the best of him, it sounds like.
He plans to return later this summer.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's just ironic they both have the same idea. Of him, what they went through.
So if two people saying the same shit, gotta be, I'm sorry, Sharp, your freaky flag is showing. You's a freaky motherfucker. You a nasty boy. And it seems like because of your celebrity or, I guess, previous lifestyles, you think women are beneath you in a sense. Honestly, you have no respect for women. There's something you just pound and you do whatever to. And because of your celebrity, you feel you owe them nothing. That's what I'm getting from the accusation. This is what's in front of me. This is what I seen. This is what I researched. This is what I'm understanding.
Right. Well, and now there is a sex tape, an alleged sex tape out there. Apparently, I don't know if part of it was released, but he wants the whole thing released. So
yeah,
I guess
trying to get in front of that. I guess.
Yeah, we'll see how that plays out.
Sound like he ain't leaked a sex tape the last time. You remember that? He leaked that. He quote unquote didn't know his phone was recording while he was having sex.
Oh, I do remember that.
Yeah, this is like a thing for this motherfucker. But he did mention, he did talk in his video post that he made once these accusations started coming out. He did state that Tony Busby is going to release the information. Release the sex tape. So be prepared for that. And he's all for releasing it. But Busby's response was pretty much that I'm not going to release that shit. I'm going to say that for the courtroom. That's key evidence.
Okay.
So he's not going to release that. But Shannon Sharp is trying to play like, yeah, he has nothing to hide. The only thing why I didn't like with the comparing it to the Jay-Z situation is this.
Right.
Jay-Z was getting hit up behind the scenes by Busby for, let me get so-and-so money. Right. And Jay-Z was like, I'm not paying you, do what you got to do. Then Busby took it upon himself to try to shine light on it to the public and whatever. Yeah. Jay-Z's response was to go at you legally and prove the fact was false.
Yeah.
This motherfucker didn't do that. He basically he tried to pay it off before it got released, but it ended up getting released, and then he's now trying to get in front of it on that level. Yeah. But why did you try to pay it off then? If all accusations are false and everything was consensual.
And let's be real, he didn't step away from ESPN on his own. ESPN probably said, we don't want the publicity. This isn't good for us. Yeah. You need to step away.
It was a suggestion by someone over there. Yeah. Like, you know what, maybe you should take some time off.
He didn't willingly do that.
Right. Nah, I believe that, 100%.
We'll see how it plays out in court.
That's all we can do. It seems like it's a lot of shit that you just gotta wait for.
I know. I can.
Like on my next situation here. Diddy's judge says,
my God, I can't wait.
The judge denies Diddy's team's motion to delay his trial for 2 months. The reason of the motion was that Diddy's team accused prosecutors of turning over evidence too slowly, asking the judge to grant more time so that they could comb through all of their discoveries. The judge disagreed and pointed out that Diddy has 4 law firms representing him.
Jesus.
4. Which should be able to sort through everything and be ready for the case. They go to trial May 5th.
I know, and I can't wait.
Right there.
I know. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be tuning in.
That's like he's gonna get charged with something. I don't see Diddy walking away scathe-free on this situation. Something's gonna come from that shit. And like you got a fucking a small country helping you right now. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happened with that. I read something else that has something to do with his wardrobe, which I thought was irrelevant of the case, that he gets to dress up for his trial. Yeah, like who the fuck cares about you want to look good in when they hit guilty? Yeah. Like that is fucking stupid.
I wonder if it's going to be live streamed, like if they're going to allow.
I believe shit. You might see TMZ might fucking stream that shit or something.
Yeah,
Somebody
I'm sure, but hopefully they do. Some cases they don't let.
They won't let reporters in.
Yeah,
I think something like that. I think the judicial system wants to make an example of him, so I wouldn't be surprised if it does.
I hope so.
Yeah,
listen, I will be watching. Like I watched Gwyneth Paltrow's. I was really invested, and Johnny Depp.
That shit was more entertaining than anything.
Oh my gosh,
it's crazy.
Really good.
Something's wrong with her. Something's definitely wrong with her.
Yeah. Now she's in Spain.
Yeah, hiding out. Moving forward, remember last time we spoke about Russell Brand's situation?
Yeah.
And how he has a court date coming up. So Russell Brand was in a London courtroom Friday to face multiple rape charges, and after a short back and forth with the judge, he walked out the building. It was just answering a bunch of procedural questions with the judge. Brandon reportedly confirmed his name, date of birth, and address in Great Britain before the judge granted him bail. That's all he went in there to do with that backup. That was it. Russell thanked the judge and strolled out of the courtroom without showing any visible emotion. Now, you who don't know or didn't watch or hear, Brand was charged with 1 count rape, 1 count of indecent assault, 1 count of oral rape, and 2 counts of sexual assault just over a month ago on April 4th. The incidents date back to 1999. So he went to court, got bail, go back. I don't have when he's supposed to return back to court, but we'll see what happened with that. So I'm just following up to a previous report we had.
I don't know if I would look into how he reacted leaving just yet, because if you didn't do it and you know it's a frivolous case, you're not going to walk out like sad, you know?
I don't know. I just find these motherfuckers.
Not saying it is. I'm not sure if it's frivolous, if it's real.
But when you look at it, like everybody that's getting hit with these rape charges, you know what I mean? Even went back to Diddy's situation, Shannon Sharp's situation. They're all acting like, it's me, baby. I wouldn't do no shit like that. You know, like why do we believe? Why we have to believe that? Why, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to say like all women are liars, but some do shit just for the check. You know what I mean? But at some point, some of these shits got to be true. It can't just be popping up left and right and all be fake.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Especially when more than one woman comes out, or anybody comes out with these cases. Because Diddy had guys come out too.
Right. Men and women came out. Diddy. Yeah, Diddy got a whole bunch of shit going on. But yeah, so I want to keep a close eye on this Russell Brand stuff. We'll see. I have Post Malone, and the only reason why I'm discussing this is because it touches home. So Post Malone is getting ahead of his custody battles. His ex-fiancée Jamie Park filed a custody document in Los Angeles earlier this month, but it seems that Post already filed his own custody documents in Utah, and as a result of that, it leaves the case in Utah. Why this is such a move for Post is that California allows for higher payment when it comes to child support.
Oh, she's sneaky.
Yeah. So sources point out that Jamie moved to California in the beginning of the year, even though they ended their relationship in 2024. So it's said she tried to obtain residency in an effort to establish custody battle in California for financial reasons.
Wow.
That's a speculation that she did that for a reason.
Yeah.
She filed in California.
She has friends that are saying,
of course,
girl, you better move.
That's Post Malone. You got to think.
Right.
Post got some
Especially
coins.
He's got a bunch of songs coming out
Exactly, yeah. Post definitely got some coins.
And
so yeah, she tried to get it. You know what I mean? I just, because as a person that paid child support, I respect anybody that is about their child.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's always some situation. I don't respect the fact that we could lay down and have a child. We have a disagreement. We don't want to be with each other. Then we got to go involve a court now to tell us how to handle our child situation.
Yeah.
I never respect that. I never like that. I just look at it as a come up.
Yeah.
Some cases there are some scumbags, some assholes that you deserve. They deserve it.
Yeah, they don't.
And as a man, I'm gonna say that some motherfuckers are assholes. They don't give a fuck about their kid. They automatically want to just say, all right, whatever, and be on their way. Those guys deserve it.
And girls, because there's women that are deadbeat moms.
There are deadbeat moms, 100%. So it's like, in this case, I didn't get the idea that he was trying to stray away from his responsibilities. Yeah. I looked at it from how the story is being presented to me. I'm gonna just go for what I see and what I hear. It looks like she was more going on the come up, trying to be, I ain't trying to work. I'm trying to sit at home and collect that child support and just living within that meat. That's what I get. But we'll see how that is. So great job,
child support
Post.
Could be weaponized in a sense. Like that could be used as a weapon against.
Because off the rip, men were pieces of shit in the courtroom. We're the enemy.
That's what I don't agree with. I do agree with you. Everyone should be paying for their kid, though.
Right.
But yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens with that. Moving forward, Megyn Kelly. You know Megyn Kelly.
Yeah, I do love her.
Well, Megyn is expressing how she feels about Blake Lively's Time 100 honor.
Oh, God.
She calls it a ridiculous joke.
It is.
She says she calls it a ridiculous joke because Blake couldn't possibly be Time Magazine's most influential person of the year. Megyn also tells the Daily Mail that she shouldn't be at the event at all and that she has no influence over anything. She also comments on her legal battle against her It Ends With Us co-star, Justin Baldoni. Megyn went on to say, I think she launched a fake Me Too allegation and she's lived to regret doing it. Claiming that every allegation she has made has fallen apart. Megyn ends with telling Times they were wrong for even inviting her.
I agree, 100%.
Big
she shouldn't have been there.
Blake Lively.
I think somebody paid Time to put her on that list because she did not deserve it. I think she is taking advantage of the Me Too movement and making it seem like she was victimized, and I don't think she was.
Right.
I also think, not saying what her mom went through, any of that, but when you were promoting It Ends With Us, all she talked about was the florals and what she wore, her fashion, and how her friends lent her stuff. That would have been the perfect opportunity for her to discuss the domestic violence her mom went through.
Correct.
Because that's what the movie was about. Like, that's why I think now it's just you're trying to use this to get sympathy because her and Ryan lost a lot of like supporters.
Yeah. They're trying to switch the narrative now to try to get themselves back into the good graces. But a lot of people hate them right now.
I know.
Like genuine hate. Like,
yes. Type in Blake Lively or Ryan Reynolds on TikTok. Oh my God, it's bad.
And I've said this so many times here. Why don't these motherfuckers go have a seat?
I know.
Just go sit down.
You just said this with Jonathan Majors.
I said this with Jonathan Majors. I said this with Will Smith. It's the same shit.
I know.
Stop jumping in front of a camera. Stop trying to force us.
I think it's Ryan Reynolds. I think he's just very manipulative, and he wants to be like center of attention because he did the same thing with SNL. Remember when they did that and he spoke up,
and then she gave a crazy look like
because you're making a joke out of a case that she just put up again. Like if your wife was really in that situation, you're making a joke about it. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't like him because of this. I loved them before this.
Their whole
I loved how they used to play on Instagram and go like make fun of each other in a sense. I loved it. But now I don't want to watch anything they're in. It's just disgusting.
You're entitled.
Oh, sorry.
No.
Rant done.
No, it's the truth that it's looking like they genuinely was just trying to fuck this guy, and what he's saying is possibly true. It seems like it's true that they were just trying to push him on his own thing to take over.
Yes, because the only way they could get ownership of the movie was if or the rights to the movie is if there was a sexual allegation or some type of sexual misconduct.
Play right into that shit.
Yes, that's what I think.
No, you're possibly right. Well, it seems like you're right, and it seems like that's exactly what she did.
His lawyer even released all the text messages. There's a whole website his lawyer made just so people could see, like, this is what we're dealing with. And I read through every part of it.
I bet you did.
I did. Yes. Yeah.
All right.
It's a good read if anyone wants to read it. It's pretty interesting. Then you can make your own assumption because I don't want you to take what we're saying.
No.
Do your own research like you should with everything that's going on.
But everything you see, it shows she's the bad guy. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Moving forward, Luigi Maggione appeared in a New York City federal court Friday for his arraignment, where he pled not guilty to 1 count of murder through the use of a firearm, 2 counts of stalking, and 1 firearms offense for allegedly using a silencer. Federal prosecutors want to go after Maggione for the death penalty, while his team has opposed it filing early this month. His trial date has not been set in either his state or federal case.
I think with this, it should be an option. I feel anyone that murders someone, that should be an option. And with him,
it should be an option. What are you talking
death penalty should be an option.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't clear.
Yeah, I was like,
but what I don't like about his situation and any murder situation, like with him, he killed a CEO of United Healthcare. Why him? I get people have issues with the healthcare system. Everything is out of control. They definitely take advantage of Americans. I just don't understand. He was a dad, a husband. You took that away from his kids, from his wife. For what reason? Like, why him in particular? Why not do something against the insurance companies?
Okay, see where you're at right there. There's a group that supports that and understands that. And then there's a bigger group that supports this man and saying that he's revolutionizing shit and changing the perspective of how healthcare should be treating individuals. But all they did after this murder is replace him and have somebody else in play.
Exactly, and that's why I can't understand their side of it. Like, if anyone believes that, please comment, because I would like to see the other side of this. Because on my end, I don't see what you did. They just replaced him. Like, what you did is take a family away, the dad out of the family.
And at the end of the day, I believe the guy that was murdered was just a figurehead.
Yeah.
There's a bigger machine moving behind the scenes. You killed a face of that company. That's really what you did. Because nothing is changing.
And now this could have changed, but from the last time I heard them talk about that, there was no ties to him or a family member with United Healthcare. So it was really weird as to why he picked that company in particular. But I don't know if that CEO was the only one that had his information public as like meetings.
So that's why
apparently if you went on their website, you could see like his schedule or something. I'm not sure 100%, but something along those lines.
Yeah.
I don't know if other CEOs
it was easily accessible. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if other CEOs had that, and maybe that's what made this one in particular like the victim of it. But yeah, I can't justify it.
There's no way to justify it. It was murder.
Yeah.
But there's different ways people are looking at it, so I'm not gonna say what's right, what's wrong, or whatever. Murder is wrong.
Right.
But this thing is all tied up in so much shit right now. So it's like a lot of people have different views on this whole situation.
What I do hope is, I hope eventually somebody figures out this healthcare system, because it is it's unaffordable.
Yes.
Like, you're lucky if you can afford having insurance, and then if you can't, they hit you with crazy hospital bills. And sometimes if you have insurance, they still hit you with high bills.
Yeah, motherfuckers rather drive themselves to the hospital and get an ambulance.
I avoid the hospital at all costs because of my copay.
Yeah.
Like, that's just out of control, and it shouldn't be like that. We should be able to get help if we need it.
You're right.
Medically.
That's a perfect world.
I know. Just like mental health should be cheap or free.
Mental
help
health
for
care.
that. Yeah.
We'll see what turns out from this. Moving forward with Fat Joe, he filed a lawsuit against his former hype man for slandering him on social media, claiming it was a shakedown for a payday. The doc filed by Fat Joe claims his former hype man, Terrence Dixon, is trying to collect money he didn't even earn. So in return, he resorted to call Fat Joe a P word on social media. So he's going that route. Dixon claimed Fat Joe flew a 16-year-old girl across country state lines for sex and posted the allegations with a picture of Joe, Diddy, and DJ Khaled. He playing a dangerous game here.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, you don't...
He put Diddy in there because it would be more convincing.
Yeah, and then people want to listen when you hear that shit.
Right.
I don't know how DJ Khaled got tangled in there, but Joe's legal team claims that allegations were made as a part of a money grab generated by Dixon's attorney, Tyrone Blackburn, who is also representing Diddy's accuser, Little Rodney, in a separate case. Upon Joe's legal team, guess who's on his team? Friend Joe Tacopina.
Oh, Jesus.
He's on Joe's legal team.
He's busy. He's getting paid.
But he's pretty much now lawyer of the celebrities.
Everyone's going to get him.
You got Rocky off, everybody's going to use him. He's just he's becoming that guy.
He better get Wendy off.
Yeah, right. So yeah, it does sound like somebody, because Joe had this guy work for him in 2006 to 2019. So obviously he didn't have any financial issues then. Now all of a sudden 2025,
right,
you're claiming all of this and stuff, like Joe needs to do all of this, and now you're critiquing of his lifestyle and saying that he could possibly be doing this shit with underage girls.
Yeah.
So if you were such a liberal person and wanted to shine light on that, why weren't you doing that back in 2006
when it took place,
and 2019, right? 2019, right?
Yeah.
It's fucking scary, because no matter what it is, money or no bullet, I couldn't sit back and watch no shit like that. That's just fucking disgusting. Right. Unless he played part in this shit too, if it did allegedly happen.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, I find that as a wild move. Like, I grew up listening to Fat Joe. You know what I mean? Like, I can't see that.
Yeah.
But look at this Diddy situation. But you could always see Diddy was a piece of shit.
Aren't his kids around that age, Fat Joe?
I don't know anything about Fat Joe.
I'm pretty sure they're around that age. But that's disgusting. And another one, you can't make a judgment right now because we don't know what's going to come out.
Yeah, everything you got to wait to see what turns out from it.
I just hope it's not true.
In my gut, I don't think it's true. I think it's just, like he said, it's a money grab. Somebody that's upset and trying to extort them. That's how I look at it. That's all I have for entertainment news.
Oh no, his kids are. I just looked it up because I was curious. His oldest is 34. Then he has a 30-year-old, and then 19-year-old. So they're the youngest is around that age.
Yeah, and I don't see that from him, honestly.
No, I hope it's not true.
Yeah, exactly. Moving forward onto our main topic is: do all healthy relationships have hate in them?
I think it's possible to hate in the moment. But I think after the argument is done with, if you, like, after everything's discussed and you still feel hate, then there's something wrong. But in the moment, I think it's normal because you drive me crazy. I don't think I've ever actually said I hate you, though. Sure. I don't think I've ever said that in an argument.
No,
I'm being, have I?
Yes.
Oh, I did. All right. Well, see, then there goes my point. It is true.
Yeah.
I guess you don't say nice things when you're mad, right?
No one says nice things. No.
In an argument.
No.
Yeah.
You're beautiful. You're gorgeous. But why'd you cheat on me?
Yeah, I think you're crazy. You just started complimenting me in the middle of the argument.
Oh my, but baby, you're so beautiful.
I'd probably get so scared.
Yeah, because I finally cracked at that point. I look at it as, I don't think all have hate, but they might have negative emotion.
I mean, I get that.
So to go on with your argument and then, you go back and forth, you say some things. It's a regular thing. Who the fuck don't argue? And if you say you don't argue, you're a robot. There's no way in hell you don't argue. Occasionally you could dislike or be irritated. That's a norm. That's normal in a relationship. It's common in most long-term relationships. So people with longevity, like over 5, 6, 10 years, that's a common. You're gonna argue. You're gonna go back and forth. You're not gonna agree with everything. Right. But when you start getting to the point that you start to loathe, hate, I think that's something totally different. Yep. So I don't think it goes hand in hand. You can't have a healthy relationship with
personal attacks. If you're like attacking, if you're really going in on the person. You
can't hate the person you're with.
Right.
You could have disagreements, but there's always an understanding in the end. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I know why you do certain shit. I know where it's coming from. You know why I react to shit the way I react to shit. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's more, it's a lot to, I believe what goes in with the healthy relationship is a lot of forgiveness and understanding.
Sure. Right.
That's really what it is. I don't think hate has anything to do with that.
Yeah.
Yes, I think hate is far past anything to do with a healthy relationship. That doesn't go coexist. You could be irritated. You could have dislike.
Yeah.
You could be mad.
Right.
But to say you hate your spouse, your person or your spouse.
Right.
Nah. I don't think it goes together.
Yeah, I think there's definitely moments where hate could be in a healthy relationship, but I think...
Please let me hear how.
No, I just mean like a little, and like I just said, but like little arguments you have. I think you can feel it at that point. But I feel
you can feel rage.
Yes, but if you're living in it, acting in it, or your partner is the enemy to you, then it's definitely not a good relationship. That's not a healthy relationship.
Yeah, that makes sense. You're right. Yeah, so to answer the question, hate has nothing to do with a healthy relationship. And if you guys feel different or you agree, please write in, give us your comments. We'll love to go through it and we'll talk about it again in the next episode. But yeah, I from what we're seeing, we don't think it has any place to do with it. You can have animosity in a sense or rage, but to always have hate when you see that person, something's wrong there. There's no healthy relationship with that much hate.
Yeah.
All right, moving forward, we got bringing it back home. We got anything?
Oh, yeah, we do actually. All right, so they want to know what our thoughts are about this statement. Men cheat for ego, women cheat for revenge.
And that was somebody want to know
They want to know our thoughts on that. If we agree with this statement. Do you think men cheat for ego?
I think there was a time when men did do that, when men did cheat for ego and women did. I think there was a time when women were constantly the victims of men cheating. And it caused them to say, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to do the same. Just for them to get their get back.
Mm-hmm.
I think now in this time, women are more thinking like men.
I agree with that for sure.
So
we have to.
Right. So I think we created this new wave of women. Yeah. And it caused this evolution. Mm-hmm. Women kept feeling disrespected. They kept feeling like they was less than nothing. So now they figured to guard their heart.
Yeah.
They're gonna move like men. Yeah. So you'll get now women that would move quicker than a man and say they gonna cheat or have a side dude now or have a guy that's for different parts of their life. One that takes them care of them financially, sexually, emotionally. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So yeah, I believe now things have changed. So it's no longer a revenge thing for women. It's more of a adapting. Mm-hmm. And men now are still, nothing has changed. We still cheat.
Yeah.
Men overall. I know the statement, black men don't cheat, but overall as men, there are some men that do cheat.
Yeah.
So I think now with women, yes, the women are taking charge in that sense of they're trying to protect them hearts. So now they're going out there. They're being the ones that say that I'm a do me, pretty much. Yeah. That's just my belief.
Yeah, I agree with you. I definitely agree. We had to. You guys created monsters in us.
You want to tell me something?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm not cheating. Listen, if anything, I'll just be by myself. I am content. Okay. No need to cheat.
I got you. Hurt people.
Yeah, I get it, but yeah, I couldn't do it.
All right. So we're done with that.
Yeah. I thought of something fun to put in at the end because you don't have nothing else, right?
I just had a bunch of random stuff that I wanted to do, but we could go and do what you want to do. Just
Oh, sorry. All right. Well, I thought this would be a little fun addition for this episode. So it's Would You Rather Love or Hate edition.
Okay.
So would you rather have a partner who never argues with you but secretly hates you, or a partner who constantly argues with you but gets over things immediately?
I'd rather somebody gets over things immediately.
Yeah, I agree with that one. Would you rather stay with someone who pisses you off once a week but blows your mind in bed, or someone who's peaceful but boring in bed?
I need to be blown.
In more ways than one.
Exactly, yeah. Uh-huh.
All right. Would you rather have a partner who forgets every anniversary, or one who remembers but gives you terrible gifts?
I want somebody that remembers. I want somebody taking this shit just as serious as I am.
Yeah, I feel like it's not about the gifts.
It's not. It's about the time spent.
Yeah. All right. Would you rather hate your partner's hobbies or their friends?
Hobbies. Because if they're your friends, I'm not trying to get in the middle of that.
That makes sense.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel when you get into that part, now you're trying to control that person. When you're trying to pick their friends, I stay out of that.
All right. Would you rather be annoyed by your partner's voice or their laugh? I know.
I think I could get over the voice. So the laugh, I probably can't deal with. Because then it's like, if we're in public, I'm like, please don't say nothing funny. Please don't say.
Yeah, I just find it hard to believe because you can't stand if people drag their words. So if I drug my words all the time, you'd be content.
Yeah, but I could get myself to deal with that compared to that.
The crazy laugh.
Yeah, if we're out, we're hanging out. You know what I mean? All right, everybody would know, yo, this girl, yo, watch when she talk. But when she like, yeah, like that shit, yeah. That shit, nah, that would get under my skin. That's just me.
I got it. All right, and last one. Would you rather marry someone who checks off every box but makes you feel nothing, or someone who drives you crazy in every way but you can't imagine your life without?
I'm living that right now.
I do drive you crazy. It's like my job, but I love it.
Yeah.
I'm really good at that job.
Oh, you're fucking great. I wish you get paid for it. We'd be millionaires. Yeah.
I like to drive you crazy.
I believe it.
And you love my crazy. I've been telling him that since we met.
Yeah.
Yep.
Love it, love it, love it.
Well, obviously.
All right, I got a bunch of random shit
All right.
that I just want to get your feel on. So there's a study that says young people are not as happy as they used to be. Study finds, according to a report, a new study from Global Flourishing Study published in Nature Mental Health shows young adults today report lower happiness and well-being than in the past. Based on a 2023 Gallup survey of over 200,000 people in 20 plus countries, those are aged 18 through 29 are struggling with mental and physical health, relationships, meanings, and finances. So they basically saying they ain't built like they used to.
Well, what has changed since back then to now?
I believe it's parenting.
And social media.
That's
a big part of it, I think.
That's part of it. Actually, that's a big fucking part of it.
That's what I'm saying.
Honestly.
That's a big thing because you're comparing yourself. You feel like you're not living up to it.
Yeah. We didn't really have...
Yeah.
Like, social media became a thing in our era, but it happened later. Right. And most of us, it was already in high school, starting in high school or something like that. But yeah, and why I said it had to do with parents is... my parents were tough. Pretty much. They... Not saying they were like mean or something like that, but they told you how it was. They didn't sugarcoat it. They didn't go, oh, it's okay. They didn't baby me. They pretty much showed me what it is.
Mine didn't either.
Yeah. So,
but could you imagine if we had social media and all that back then? Probably most of our parents would probably have had people called.
Yeah, right. Because I think it's social media. You're right. It definitely changed the narrative of how kids view themselves. Yeah. See, back then it was just you are who you are. You know, a lot of people like to say they're a product of their environment or whatever may have you. But you were an individual. Now everyone is like everyone.
Right. And if you're not, you beat yourself up.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's really bad.
So, I agree with this study.
That's why I think mental health is so...
high.
Yeah, it's really bad.
But then I think people did have those problems when we were growing up.
Yeah.
But everyone dealt with it in more of a... I guess in an unhealthy way, we just buried it deep inside.
Or drank or smoked.
Yeah, we picked up a bad habit,
yeah.
right, to cope with our problems.
Mm-hmm.
So who's to say which one is better then?
I know. Yeah.
Because now this generation is actually going out getting help.
Yeah, good for
While
them.
we just was like, you're weak. I'm gonna drink this down, bury this. We'll never talk about this shit again. So yeah. So in some cases, I believe previous shit was better, and then in some cases, the newer shit is helping. But I just it's fucked up.
Yeah.
Another thing. Over $300,000 spilled out of a Brinks truck in Chicago suburbs after its doors opened, leading to 50 to 100 people to grab the cash and flee.
Why couldn't this happen in New Jersey?
They just be having this piss me the fuck off. Why I couldn't just be sitting in traffic like, ew.
Oh my gosh.
That door looked like it's open.
Best believe I was one of those people.
You couldn't stop me.
Yo, I'm
pushing motherfuckers out the way.
I'm putting it in every crevice. I'm putting putting bra, underwear. I'm putting socks.
That shit'd be in my shoes. Crotch. That shit'd shut my
everywhere.
Shit. Look like I'm wearing padding now.
No, I don't.
I'd be looking like I'm wearing a fat suit. The way the amount of money I was, $300K
everywhere.
I get 50 from that, or even $10,000. I'm happy.
I don't even care. I'm just picking up.
Right.
Yes, and I'll do the time too. I don't even care if I get
But that's
caught.
the thing now. I didn't technically open the truck. How much people see $20, put their foot over it, and slide it to themselves?
But then it's technically stealing, I guess, if you look at it that way.
How's it stealing?
I think that's how they justify it.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure if they catch those people, they're going to charge them.
Okay, bear with me here. You in traffic. 5-10 cars ahead is the Brinks truck. A wind picks up, blows that cash your way.
Yeah.
Is it stealing if it came to you? Or it was in your area and you just happened to grab and was like, yo.
I'm taking it regardless, so it's fine. But I think they can charge you with it. I really do.
Of course they can. It is stealing. But I'm just saying, fuck.
Yeah.
It would be hard for me not to. I'm just letting you know.
Me too.
All right. Moving
But you know what's fucked up?
Go ahead.
If you were to catch it and hand it in, they don't give you nothing.
No, they say, "Oh, thank you."
And that's why I'm taking
for being such a good person.
It would be like a whatever, and only because it's a corporation. If I were to find money and seen someone drop it, I'd give it to the person. But that company,
you said what? No, listen. No, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Yeah, but I would definitely take it from that. They got insurance. Let them cover that.
Right. Yeah. We're probably assholes.
Yeah. Well, 50 to 100 people would have did it too. So
yeah,
they
those
did
50
do it.
to 100 people are assholes in some people's eyes.
And I would have been one of them.
You guys are heroes.
Make it 101.
Yeah. There was this whole concept of 100 men versus one gorilla concept.
Mm-hmm. I haven't seen it.
I don't know if it hasn't been done yet, but it's almost like a hypothetical. Do you think 100 men could beat up a gorilla? One full-size gorilla.
Why is this even a conversation?
I don't know who the fuck gets high and just thinks of this dumbass
That's probably
shit.
Who does it. People that are high.
It's just like this Kool-Aid challenge that I seen. One motherfucker's just running through fences, running through drywall, and going, "Oh yeah."
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh wow. What is our society coming to?
I don't know.
Crazy.
The drugs are stronger, or motherfuckers is just bored. I don't know what the fuck it is.
Well, I don't think they should take on a gorilla.
Mm-hmm.
And I damn sure don't think they should be going through fences and drywall. That's
just
crazy.
Our opinion. They're going to still go through these fences and still try to fight this gorilla.
Well, I'd feel bad if they did it on ours.
I feel bad for them too.
FAFO.
Yeah, it's a fuck. But to capitalize off of this whole ordeal, the White House posted 142,000 plus illegal alien criminals went up against one president. And all got deported. This was posted by the White House.
Oh my God. Yeah. Who does their tweets?
I have no fucking idea. But that was posted.
Oh my God.
So yeah, everybody jumped on that whole bandwagon.
I'm sure.
I thought it may not be funny this time. I found it tickled me a little.
Yeah.
But yeah. Further random shit. UPS announced it will cut 20,000 jobs this year, over 4% of its global workforce, as a part of a cost-cutting plan tied to reduce deliveries from Amazon.
Didn't they just do like some
they just was bragging about money a couple years, was it like 2 years ago? Everybody was bragging how much money they was pulling and shit like that. Now they talking about closing fucking shit.
You know why? I guarantee you it's because of Amazon. That same day or next day shipping is probably
you
killing
can't compete
them.
with that shit.
No, because I love that.
You can't compete with that shit.
It actually pisses me off if it says USPS or UPS or FedEx is delivering my Amazon package because I know I'm not getting it the next day.
I always seen this because I used to be a contractor with a delivery service company, and you could see where that was going because at one point when Amazon came out, they had so much volume they was distributing that to the post office. The post office got overwhelmed with that, and then other companies like FedEx, UPS started picking up that extra weight. That's why sometimes you'll see an Amazon package, depending on where it's coming from, will come UPS or will come FedEx. So yes, I do believe that they're giving them a run for their money, and I think they're having trouble trying to compete with that. You can't compete with that.
Right.
You really can't.
Well, laying all them people off is definitely not competing with it.
Yeah, it even says here the company also plans to close 73 buildings by June 2025 with more closures possible.
That's going to be horrible at Christmas time.
That's
Any of the
fucked up.
holidays. That's going to be horrible.
Up. It's crazy that you don't even like sit there and think like certain things would just go away. Like UPS been forever. You know what I mean? Post office I don't see going anywhere because everybody need their regular mail. That's not going anywhere. Post office ain't really about packages. It's about mail. So I don't think that's ever going to be affected by anything. But for those big companies that thrive off of box delivery and shit like that, it is kind of fucked because a lot of people made the lifestyle. I knew a lot of men that made that a lifestyle. That was their career. They, you know what I mean? They lived and breathed that shit. So it is going to be kind of fucked up.
I know you said USPS you don't think would ever go away, but I think it would because there's a lot of paperless statements and stuff like that now. There's a lot of paperless options.
That's like the oldest
emails,
form of...
I know, but emails is picking up as far as getting that stuff. Like, I know myself, I'd rather not get the paper because I can't stand having to sit around and having to shred that shit. So I do paperless for everything, so we very rarely get mail. Just ads.
Well, it's still sad to see.
It is.
And I hope people are getting ahead of this, knowing this is coming, and start looking for different spots or different places to fit in.
Or how to increase the delivery time.
Right. I wouldn't suggest going to another delivery company.
Decrease delivery time.
Because if it's affecting UPS, it's going to it's going to hit everybody.
Yeah.
So, yeah, good luck to all those people it's fucked up. And it's unfortunate that you got to lose your job over that.
That's for sure.
One last thing I have here is talking about sleep experts have long emphasized temperature's critical role in achieving deep restoration rest, and science backs this up. Research published in the journal Sleep found that maintaining a bedroom temperature around 65 degrees can significantly enhance sleep quality. The cooler setting mimics the body's natural circadian rhythm, which involves a gradual drop in core body temperature at bedtime as bedtime approaches. This decline acts as a biological signal that it's time to sleep, helping to sustain the sleep cycle. Hold on, I got a little more.
Okay.
When the sleeping environment is too warm, it disrupts the thermal regularity process, often leading to increased wakefulness, fragmented sleep, and difficulty reaching the deeper sleep cycle stages. Conversely, a cool, dark bedroom supports the body's internal clock. It promotes the secretion of melatonin, the hormone that regulates sleep-wake cycles and helps you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer.
All right. There's a couple things here. I definitely agree with the dark room. I wish you didn't have to have
I can't sleep without the TV on.
Oh my God, it drives me crazy. I just want to shut it off. How about we compromise and it just goes off after your show?
The only time it won't bother me is when I'm asleep. So you got to put me to sleep.
I love to sleep in a dark room. I sleep better.
You got to put me to sleep.
I caught it.
Oh, okay. I didn't think you heard that.
I did catch it. So if that's an agreement, then I could sleep in a dark room.
I said that. That's the only agreement.
All right.
So if we come on next pod and she's like, yo, I've been loving sleeping in this dark room. Y'all know your boy winning.
I actually sleep good. That's what I hope to say that. So if it can be a dark room, that's great. As someone that's always cold 99% of the time I'm in this house.
Yes.
I would never want to agree to a 65-degree room unless I have like a crazy thick blanket that I can work with, because otherwise I'm really cold all the time.
So you don't think 65 is good?
I mean, I would agree if it's doing all
you
that.
You get one of them weighted blankets on you.
then maybe I'll be good with that.
Yeah,
if it's doing all of that, I'm with it because I don't sleep good in general. Right. So if it's doing that, yeah, I would be open to trying it.
Just leaving it at 65.
So since we're trying that, we're trying a dark room.
Yes. You left out a part, but yeah.
All right.
Okay, we'll see.
Sounds good to me.
All right, I'm cool with that.
All right.
Let's make it happen, Captain.
I agree. Let's do it.
All right, that's all I got for random shit.
Yeah, they were very random, but I like it. I love fun facts.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right, so let's wrap this up. Agreed?
Sounds good.
Okay. We want to thank everyone for listening and tuning in. God bless, and we'll talk later.
Yes, and continue to send in your questions, statements, whatever you got, and like and follow because we appreciate all the support. See you next time.
This is Homesick Podcast.
Oh my God.